What's up, everybody? How we doing today? This is Justin Conrad von Supertramp Kurtz with the University of Freedom, and we have pretty much finished our first building. We have done it with the most simple of tools and resources. We have made lots of mistakes. We have done it off-grid. We have done it with natural and unnatural resources. We have used $20 worth of cedar and way more straw than we needed because we were originally going to do straw bale stacks for walls, and that didn't work out. And this slip straw has worked out beautifully, and all we did is we had some holes we had dug for piers for the original foundation that didn't work out because we hit rock and got in the way. So we just took one of those, and they had sat with water in them, so I just started dumping clay in them and letting them turn into the slurry. And then we just mixed up in these buckets that were left here on the property, mixed up our slip straw. This is pretty dry, but we just mixed it all by hand and just let that sit in the bucket, or in the hole rather, and scooped it out one scoop at a time with the little plastic scoop that we found out here as well. So other than the straw, I had this laying in the backyard at the other house. It needs a little bit smaller, but we didn't screen anything. We didn't take the time to do any of that stuff. We did it dirty and ugly process in order to prove it can be done. And if me, a guy with 3 open heart surgeries and pacemaker and, just proven here, can do this, then you can do it too. And you can do it better than I did it. Because I just kind of trying to slap something together here real fast to prove it. And then invite you out to come help me do other things. We have tons of space. But I'm so proud more than anything of my door, because it's been the biggest pain in the boudoir, because it actually opens and closes fairly properly. I should have spent a little better money on the door handles. I don't like the handles. I bought cheap door handles and it shows. But at least it closes, so I have a door. And then I'm just going to leave this for now. And then that board will help create a drip line, and I'm just going to keep kind of doing what I'm doing. That seems to be working out all right. I got boards to do it. That one's going to go right above the door. And then I may not even have to plaster if I cover it well. I was originally going to leave this kind of a gap and plaster in between. Here's a spot where you can see I got kind of gaps. But now that I've started doing this, or I just put it over a couple boards, and again try to creating a drip line where it comes out, and I think we're going to be okay to just do that all the way across on both sides. Of course, this being the challenge, because there's nothing to really stick it to on the side, and because I had these big things in the way, kind of got some gaps there. You can see I got this big hole here. Take you inside again, and you can see I used cardboard on this side, and it worked really well in some ways and not so much in others. So I may have to redo or re-strengthen that right in the middle there where that gap is. But I'm pretty happy for the first thing I've ever built in my life. Never built anything before, and the slip straw has worked really good. Some things again that I would do a little different. I put these up to kind of cover. I don't know if you can see. Yep, there it is. See, I got some spots where I didn't do a good job of cramming it in there, so I'm going to have a little more airflow than I anticipated. But I'm going to leave this like it is. Our window's going to go over there, and then we'll cut out, the material. And then, hang on a second. We've got this that's going to go on the outside, so we'll have, sheets that go up, and then we'll have to cut spots and fill that in, but the window will be basically right there. And then the rest of this will be this metal that we have left over. So I gotta buy like a $40 blade in order to get that done, and then that'll be the back side. And this worked out pretty good. We haven't done all of it, but this is just how we were gonna do the straw bales. And so I'm just gonna turn this into a little straw bale area with the straw that I don't use. And then eventually, hang on to this, I'm gonna take this bamboo and I'm gonna build walls that go basically from these pieces of metal, kind of like what I was originally going to do, and then we'll just do some slipstream walls about the height of the metal with bamboo as the studs, and that way we'll have space out here as well, all the way out using what we had. And then I'll put some kind of roof structure over it and make this like an outdoor kitchen and bathroom. I think I'm gonna turn that into my porta potty. So this is doable. I started with, now there's a power pole over there, just so you know, but it doesn't work. The street light does come on, but there's no power running to anything to this property. So everything's been done with power tools. I had to rent a crane, or battery operated power tools. I used a little inverter on my truck to charge them a few times, and most of this I've been able to do by myself. I've had a few days of a little bit of help, somebody making the straw while I stuffed, or they stuffed while I mixed, vice versa. So we've got a pretty good deal. We're going to have, with this lumber, we're going to be able to build a porch and do some things in here. So we're just rocking and rolling. I have made very few cuts. Most of the boards that you see up, I've just put up as they were. Did not make any cuts or measures, or I just took what I had and was close enough and smacked it up there, and so far it's working out pretty good. I've only had maybe 4 cuts that I've made in order to get all that up there so far.